Hi everybody, it's Bree from Bree's Books and Budgets. I am here to do a January book haul. Full disclosure, there's a lot for me. However, we are into the month of February and so far I have not purchased any books. I have one book on pre-order that is coming, but I haven't been tempted to buy any other books. So let's get started. The first book that I'm going to share with you is my very first book that I have gotten from Fairy Loot. It is The House at Watch Hill by Karen Marie Moning. These are the nice, pretty sprayed edges that you can see. They go here and here. It's really pretty. I have not read this one yet, but I do like this author, so I wanted to check it out. So there are some pretty end papers. Take the dust jacket off. It does have a pretty cover there. So I'm really excited that I received this. I really like this author, so I'm excited to check out her book, and hopefully I will enjoy it enough that I can pick up the other editions if Fairy Loot does them. So that's my first Fairy Loot book ever. And then I mentioned this in the other video. I have 2 copies of Onyx Storm. I have the Target version, I have the other version. As you can see, they both have sprayed edges. They're a little different. They're both really pretty, but they were both pre-ordered, so they arrived a couple days after Onyx Storm actually released. I have not read them yet. That is on my list of things to read in February. So then I have The Passengers by John Marrs. This is my first John Marrs novel ever. I have not read it yet. I'm excited to get interested in this. It looks like it's a pretty short book. Would be a quick read. Usually thrillers are a quick read for me. I use them as a palate cleanser in between some of the fantasies and even some of the romances that I tend to read. So then we have Wretched by Emily McIntyre. This is part of the Never After series? Never After series. So these are tellings of stories loosely based on some of the fairy tales that we've grown up on, but they're more from the villain's point of view versus the hero's point of view. So very interesting take on it. I read Hooked in January. I liked it, so I want to continue to read other books that are in this interconnected series. Then I have The Party. Again, it's another mystery novel. This is by Natasha Preston. I have not read anything by her before. Somebody actually reviewed this and they seem to really like it, and I thought I would try it out. So there's that. I'm influenced by a lot of people who like things. Okay, then I have Slaying the Shadow Prince by Helen Schurer. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, so I apologize that I completely butchered that name. I bought this because in a couple months I'm going to start the Blood and Steel series, and that series is interconnected with this one. I believe you have to read the first 3 and then you read this before you read the 4th one. So I decided to be proactive and I got it. Then I have an impulse buy from Target. I have Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. I've been hearing a lot of things about this. I've been hearing a lot of positive things. I would like to read the book so that I can watch the series and show that is on it. I find it interesting that it's set in the 1960s. I'm very interested in that time frame, but it has to be done well. So I've heard really good things about this, so I'm excited to read about this. I'm going to say I'm excited to read all of these books because I wouldn't buy them if I wasn't. Okay, so Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. I read this. This was my second or third book that I read this year. Absolutely loved it. I found it hilarious. I can't wait for the next one to come out. I highly recommend it if you are just looking for a good time. It's a little on the dark side, but it was laugh out loud funny for me. I was dying of laughter. I really enjoyed it, and there were so many one-liners that were so cute. I may actually go back and annotate this for the one-liners that I really loved and the different things that were brought up and said and things like that. And plus, there may or may not be a cute animal companion. That's all I gotta say. So then I have a whole series here. I have the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. So I have Off to the Races, A Photo Finish, The Front Runner, and False Start. And what's really nice is when they are in their proper order, on the spines, they actually create the mountain range. I don't have them in the right order, but they do create the mountain range that is around where this area is. So I think it's a cowboy romance. It could just be that they're ranchers that are working on a horse farm. I don't really know too much about it, but I loved the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver. Absolutely loved it. The text messages, the exchanges that were in there were absolutely hilarious. And so I want to read more Elsie Silver. So then I have Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I have the Barnes & Noble edition. I have never read anything by Chloe Walsh before. I've heard great things about it. I've heard nuts of great things about this. So I didn't go out and buy the entire series. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to buy the first of the series or borrow from the library. And if I like it, if I like it enough to buy it, I will, and I'll continue on the series. I just don't want to buy the entire series without reading the first one. I know, I just said that with Elsie Silver. Something I'm trying to do. I'm a work in progress. Okay, so then I have Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. I've never read anything by her before. It seems like a short thriller. Again, I like to use thrillers as a good palate cleanser. I can read through them quickly. It's nice to be able to read this, and honestly, if I like it and I think it's something that my mother would like, I do pass along my books to my mother for her to read. If not, they stay with me. I'm slowly building my library collection. So this one is, I am trying to read more nonfiction books. So I have a goal of reading one nonfiction book a quarter. And to help me with that goal, I have, what is this titled? A Promised Land by Barack Obama. Not trying to get political. I just want to read his perspective of what titled A Promised Land by Barack Obama. Not trying to get political. I just want to read his perspective of what it was like to be elected president as the first Black president of the United States. I'm more interested in his story and his background. And like I said, it is a nonfiction book. So that's what I have. That is all I have for January. It's a lot of books. I know it's ambitious, but my goal is that hopefully I will start to read some of these in addition to my currently owned TBR. And I'm hoping that, with the exception of April, because I've already checked it out, with the exception of April, I'm hoping that I don't have many months that I have hauled this many books, because I'm trying to keep myself on a reading budget, and also I want to use the library more. I want to use my Kindle more. I think we all kind of feel that way sometimes. So that is where I'm at. I don't have anything else to say. I hope that you have a great day or night wherever you are. And this sweatshirt here is about the Sleepless Readers book club, because sometimes I feel like I read all night and I wake up with a book hangover. It's a whole thing. It's what I do. But I try to save that for weekends. But anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and happy reading. Talk to you later. Bye.